You are being abducted and you are now being forced on this alien spaceship. What if that was like the new intro nowadays? Like, I just, instead of being like, hey guys, like, it's Mercy, I was just like, but, anyways, if you do not know, my name is Mercy, and I'm the head alien in charge. And if you don't understand what the hell just happened in the first like 3 seconds of this video, that was me abducting you. So you can join my spaceship and listen to me yap for as ever long as I want to. It's a whole thing. You just gotta know. Either you know or you don't know. Get with the program. But enough of that. Today I'm here to just shit on Scott Pilgrim, and you're probably thinking, what ignited that? And honestly, I just wake up every day and I'm reminded of the damage that Scott Pilgrim has done to the community, specifically to the community of like white men and like who the fuck they think they are. Like, Scott Pilgrim is just a damage to society. But let's start how I got here. How did I wake up one morning and was like, no, because I'm gonna make a video just shitting on Scott Pilgrim. So at first I was like, like I want to revisit the Bob's Burgers movie for my little YouTube channel. Because if you don't know, hey, I'm on a little YouTube channel right here, right? Right. So I was just like, okay, like I want to talk about the Bob's Burgers movie because I love Bob's Burgers X, Y, and Z. Now I forgot that the Bob's Burgers movie was a musical, and I kind of didn't feel like watching a musical, so I was like, fuck, like that video is coming up. I honestly don't feel like watching a musical. What else could I watch? And I was like, I remember I love Scott Pilgrim. I was like, okay, then I'll do a video about another movie that I like, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Now, the last time I like sat down and like really paid attention to this movie, I had to be like 19 years old. So it was like 3 years ago, which isn't crazy, but like that was like my first time watching the movie. I was just so blown away with the whole concept and like the whole video game thing going on. I hope you guys can't hear the fucking trucks outside. But I was like, the whole concept is like cool. I love fucking what's that show? I love the rest of development. So I was like, oh my god, like Michael Sarah, like sign me up. And I watched Scott Pilgrim and I had me a real good time. Now, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to watch Scott Pilgrim, like, it's a whole thing, super, super excited." No, 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 not super, super excited. I watched Scott Pilgrim, and I saw a different viewpoint on the world. Specifically, the world of, like, gamer white men. Now, let's where do I start? Because like, I wanna get to so many points, but, like, we genuinely need structure to this video to get the whole picture of what I'm trying to paint. So I've decided the structure of this video will officially be me just going through the notes that I wrote while I was watching the Scott Pilgrim versus the World movie over again, and you're gonna hear me complain about guess who, Scott Pilgrim himself, a lot in these notes. So just get prepared. But then we're gonna take that and we're gonna apply it to everyday situations that I've been through ever since I rewatched that movie, and how that just made me hate him even fucking more. So let's just get to it. This is the portion where I'm going through the movie notes and you're listening to me. So first the movie starts out telling us that Scott Pilgrim like little girls. The movie starts off was the movie's telling us that Scott Pilgrim like little girls. I said, okay, I didn't expect that. But the first time I watched this movie, I thought it was interesting because you know what? Like, he likes little girls, but in the movie, I felt like they scrutinized him enough for it to be like a thing that's like, like, yeah, he likes little girls, but like they begin on his ass. Then I rewatched the movie, and this is not like just my second time watching this movie. I watched this movie again, but we're gonna talk about the second time I watched this movie in a different time because, like I said, we got a structure going on. Okay, guys, we have to follow schedule. But just know when I rewatched this movie, this was not my second time rewatching it. It's my second time paying attention to it. Okay, so I'm watching this movie and I'm expecting to have the same reaction, but as I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm putting it in the perspective of how when I first watched this movie start to finish, I was like, oh, there's no black people here. Like, I don't care what year this movie was made, unless it was like during the segregation days. If there's no black people in your movie, I'm confused. I'm like, okay, so this wasn't marketed towards black people. You didn't want black people to see themselves in this movie because you didn't give a fuck if they went and saw the movie and invested their money into this movie. Movies are racist. Movies are racist, okay? So I'm like, okay, marketing's racist, movies are racist. This movie's inherently racist because they're not trying to market towards black people for some goddamn reason. They have this whole thing they want to keep up. All right, so interesting. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this movie for who it's intended for. White gamer men. And Knives Chow being Asian, a little ass girl. And then Scott Pilgrim's like the people who are getting on Scott Pilgrim about this are like mainly his sister and like his gay roommate. And like think if you're like some incel streamer, you don't even stream because they don't even do shit with their lives. I mean like some incel, just gamer boy who's fucking beer belly down, never touched a fucking woman, uses fucking AI to like do like undressing and all that. Like you're just a loser, right? AKA people who are watching this movie. Like AKA the audience that this is intended for, because as we get into this we're going to talk about how Scott Pilgrim are he's these people, but it's just put on like a stage that's like cute and like fun and like a cool little movie. But like when you actually think about Scott Pilgrim like actually walking around this world, it's like that's a bigger like that's like some subreddit shit. Like that is like somebody who goes out there and like genuinely exists. Like Scott Pilgrim would be on like 4chan and shit. So that's why I'm like looking at who this movie's intended for. Cause I'm like, okay, they're watching this movie and they're seeing his sister as the hot sister they probably want to bang because they all watch freaking stepsister. Well, can I say that word up here? They all watch stepsister corn. So they all want to like bang their sisters for some goddamn reason. So they're just seeing freaking what's her name, Anne Hathaway. I'm assuming I think it was Anne Hathaway in this movie. One of them little Anne girls. They're seeing her in this movie and they're like, oh yeah, of course the annoying sister is upset about him dating this little ass girl, and of course they don't care about gay people. They don't care about what gay people think. They like, of course, this little gay roommate sees a problem with this, but you know what? He's still up though because they're self-inserting. That's the whole thing of this movie. That's why Michael Cera is playing Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim is a self insert character, okay? As someone who has read many YA books growing up, I know I can recognize a self insert like that. So I don't know who wrote this movie. It's not a movie, it's a comic. Whoever the fuck made this comic, I see you. I see you and I'm scared. I'm scared of you. But you know what? Okay. Scott Pilgrim dates little ass girls. I'm trying to give y'all a summary. Scott Pilgrim dates little ass girls. His gay roommate and his sister that he probably wants to bang, who's supposed to be like the annoying older, whatever the fuck how old she is, sister. Like she's just supposed to be like the little DW to him. They're the only people really getting on him for it, and the rest of the movie he gets to still engage in a relationship with this little ass child and then go through seeing this child with like go through withdrawal without him and all that. Like he's still living a certain fantasy, if you get what I'm saying. Like he's not really getting penalized for this throughout the movie. And the first time I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, like they getting on him for it, X, Y, and Z. Someone should have called the fucking cops. Like, why did no one like actually do the thing that's supposed to happen when you find out that someone's dating a child? So the fact that it's like, and like Scott Pilgrim, don't date this child. It's not like it's like don't date this child. You know, you're not supposed to date children, but here's a movie of a fantasy of a child just being so obsessed with you, like a Wedophile's. I don't know if I can say it, but a Wedowild's dream. This movie is a Wedowild's dream. Scott Pilgrim is a Wedowild self-insert. So I need people to watch this movie with those eyes, and that's the first thing this movie tells you. Okay, okay. You are now experiencing alien brain control. Like and subscribe for more. You want to like this video so bad. You want to leave a comment so bad. I'm using my alien mind control for you. Subscribe. Gamer movie, and anyone could be a Weta Wild, but them gamers be. Like the little gamer boys be a little sus. So I don't know. I don't mess with them. Next, I'm 22 now. 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 And Scott Pilgrim is 22. You guys, I always knew it was an issue that he was dating that little ass girl. I genuinely cannot imagine touching a 17-year-old with a 6 foot pole. What? What? Living in New York City, you ever like leave your house at like 2:30 and it's a bunch of like little kids outside and they come from like little high schools and all that? Y'all ever had a little high schooler try to flirt with you? Ew. that shit, that shit feels fucking disgusting. Like that shit, it feels like I feel like I will literally be feeling like a baby, and the second a little 15-year-old try to holler at me, I feel like I got on a suit, a freaking what's it called? A little briefcase and some heels on. I'm a baby with a suit and a briefcase and some heels on. If I'm a baby, if I'm 22 and I'm walking around being like I'm kind of a baby in this world, you, you, you are a newborn. Like what? What? So at 19, I knew it was an issue, but at 22. Oh, Scott Pilgrim, you're disgusting. Like, that's not even like you're dating someone like 2 years younger than you. That's gross. So, I just wanted to point that out some more because we really got on his ass about that. I also said I wonder who else was in the like little race to be Scott Pilgrim. Michael Cera's a great actor in this movie. This movie made me like him a little bit less. Because I was like, I'm sorry, I get it. Like acting's acting, you need a role, all that shit. Genuinely, why would you choose to be Scott Pilgrim? Like, ew. And then he was already freaking George, not fucking George Lopez. What's his name? George. Oh my god. In fucking Arrested Development. He was George Michael. George Michael was a little fucking weirdo too. And then fucking and Juno, didn't he like leave his baby mama? Like Michael Cera, I was looking at your track record, and then he was in Superbad, and I don't watch Superbad. Like I be basing things off people's fandoms. Like if your fandom is like, really really weird, then like I'm not gonna watch your shit. And that's me with Superbad. Like I think Superbad is full of a bunch of like unfunny fucking people and a bunch of like older men who just can't get over their high school years. Like that's just what I've seen for Superbad. So like the fact that Michael Cera's in it too, and I don't like Jonah Hill. So Michael Cera, you gotta back up from me. Like you gotta back up from me because I'm kind of scared of you. I'm kind of scared of you. You couldn't be like in Titanic or some shit like that. Like you couldn't have your little Leo moment. I don't know. I don't know. So then, as the movie goes on, we get introduced to Wallace, and I just want to give Wallace his tens. Give Wallace his tens. Wallace is Scott Pilgrim is the worst part of this movie, but Wallace, everyone the fuck else in this movie 10 out of 10, but him, he has such a special place in my heart. Like I feel like I genuinely watched his character and was like I see myself in that movie. Like I look at him and I'm just like you're just so real and fucking I don't know which McCulkin which I don't know whichever brother that was, but he ate that shit down. So I'll give him that. And shout out to you being one of the only ones saying shit about that. Ooh, I say that word. Shout out to you saying some shit about fucking that boy dating that fucking girl. Like what the fuck? And I just kept writing more in my notes. Like I fucking hate Scott Pilgrim. I fucking the part where Wallace told Knives Chow that you're too good for him. Run. 10 out of 10. You see, that's my self insert character. I'm the gay roommate who gonna call you out for your bullshit. That's who I am. That's my self insert. You freaking white incels, you won't get away with this. Not if Wallace exists in this movie. Okay. Then at some point, freaking Scott Pilgrim and the little girl started playing Dance Dance. That's like Dance Dance Revolution propaganda. Like that's how I should know Scott Pilgrim was a fucking problem. Dance Dance Revolution is just so not fun. Like it is literally just a bunch of like up, down, left, right. Like it'd be one thing if it was like fucking Just Dance or that like other little Xbox game where you can like dance to the little black songs, like whatever game that was. Those are like actual fun because you dancing. Dance Dance Revolution pisses me the fuck off. Then at some point I realized again There are no black people in this movie. And if you don't know, I call those movies rally movies. I call them rally movies. Like, you literally sundown town movie. What's better, sundown town movie or rally movie? I call these movies sundown movies because I'm scared. Because I'm scared. Is it bad? Is it bad that I never made love? But no, is it bad that I'm scared? I'm scared that the only person of color in this movie is the fucking little girl, the teenage Asian girl that the freaking Weta Wild is dating in this movie. Yeah, I'm surprised. The freaking forks found in the kitchen. Like, I'm not gagged. Then no one else in the movie is like any of a type of color. Then freaking the Dev Patel comes in. Not Dev Patel. Oh my god, what's his name? Then fucking Matthew Patel comes in, and Matthew Patel is like brown, if you couldn't tell the freaking last name. But that's about it. Like, it's like probably two more Asian people in this movie, but they're still like background characters. I don't know. That whole like that's really weird to me. I don't care what the freaking pre-designs look like. Okay, why are there no color in this movie? And I think it's mainly the fact because no, we're gonna stay on that for a little bit. This movie's like mainly 2010. Like, this movie is legit. This is a high budget, highly anticipated movie. How is there not a black person? This is the Obama era, and I don't know Scott Pilgrim was freaking Toronto down, but I know freaking Michael Cera is like Canada down or whatever. But still, like, it's black people in Canada. I tell you that. I tell you that. At some point, we find out that freaking Wallace is fucking someone named Scott, which that's the first Wallace chop for me. Like, how the fuck? Imagine if you had a roommate and then your roommate's fucking someone with the same exact name as you. I'd be a little scared. I'd pack my bags and leave that night. Like, I think you trying to eat my cooch in the middle of the night. Like, I feel like I don't like that. So Kim. Because at some point I wrote down like, oh, when Scott was like, me and Kim are all good now, and like Kim was just like looking dead at the fucking camera. That's one thing I'll get this movie. This movie's really good at comedic timing. Kim, you should beat Scott's ass. You gotta beat Scott booty. You gotta beat him in the booty hole because hell no. And that's my thing about this movie. And this is how you know this movie was like made for like some sad little gamer boy who just goes at home and just fucking touches on Valorant tits all day. I don't know. I don't play video games, but the fact that the women in this movie were just so like accepting of Scott and like his bull crap, like that would not fly. If freaking Kim was someone out in the real world, oh baby, she would have been on social media trashing that fucking band. She would have been saying and Scott touching on a little girl. Like, if this was reality, Kim would have took this shit down. I know it. I see it in her eyes, okay? Like, let's not act crazy. And I get it was like 2010, so like the only real like running social media they had was like Facebook, but still Facebook made people fucking kill themselves and shit. Like, Facebook had people fucking moving. Like, she could have did some real work if she wanted to. So that's inaccurate. And I know I made this comparison like earlier, but Scott really does remind me of like George Michael from Arrested Development if he was like 22. Like, I think not George, what the fuck is that boy's name? George Michael. I think George Michael be a weirdo at 22 too. Like, I feel like George Michael be touching up on kids. No offense to George Michael, but he was touching up on his cousin, so I don't think it's that crazy to say that he has strange ways. So watching Scott Pilgrim, it's really interesting where you're just like, this is just George Michael Bluth, but like in a different universe. I don't know. And I'm also gonna say the thing that everyone says when they watch Scott Pilgrim, but I'm gonna act like I'm unique and I'm the first one to say this. How the fuck was he pulling them girls? Like, genuinely. Like, everybody, let's put the mic down. Cause like, hold my hand. Self-love circle. Self-love circle. Don't ever have nobody looking like Scott Pilgrim treat you like that. Don't ever have someone looking like Scott Pilgrim have you this stressed, have you this worried, have you this, what should I do, Scott? You're my lifeline, X, Y, and Z, not looking like that. Maybe he's like Sung Hoon from N Hypen, But not when he looking like Scotty Pilgrim. Hell no. And then his name's Scott. And then his name just fucking Scott. Like boo, boo. So freaking what's her name? Romania, not Romania. What's that girl's name? Ramona. Ramona Flowers. Girl, pack it up. I say all to say, girl, pack it up. Because moving on from Kim, girl, to get on you real quick. And this is not even like getting on Ramona. It's just mainly getting on like Ramona the character, because like Ramona the character is not someone in real life. This is why I keep saying Scott Pilgrim was made for fucking loser ass men who don't do shit all day, who never touched the feel of a woman, who never even had a fucking woman like breathe on them. Like it's made for those type of people, because she is like the most like, I'm so lost. I don't know what to do in my life. Scott, you're like my lifeline. You're the first good guy I've ever been with. Oh my fucking god. Like, can I roll my eyes harder? Can I possibly roll my eyes fucking harder? Like, this is such a fucking fantasy. This is such a fucking fantasy. Like, oh my god. Like, they're having a fucking conversation in the cold, and then she tells him, "You're the nicest guy I've ever dated." And he's like, "Well, I ever dated someone who's not an ass?" And then she's like, "It's what I need right now. I just need to live in the moment." Oh no, she says, "I just try to live in the moment." Like what the fuck? Who goes around who exists like this? Like genuinely, like she just feels so like, I am looking for a savior. Someone be my savior. Someone be my savior. Scotty be my savior. You're the nicest guy I ever dated. You're the only asshole I never dated. Imagine how many nice guys are just waiting to hear that. How many nice guys just had like a fucking whale explosion cream into that. Like that's why it just pisses me off. This movie makes me mad about the type of person this guy allows to walk around thinking that one day he'll find the type of girl that's like this, who's gonna tell him one day that he's the nicest guy that they ever dated, that they're so broken and damned and they need him to like fucking, I don't know, domesticate them and then just make them a better person, and then they bring them such so alive, and you just bring me so much life even though the other person's like way more fucking interesting than you. That's another thing. It's like Ramona is like so much more fucking interesting than Scott. If she had all those fucking exes, if she's had all these experiences, she's moved to this place, moves to this place, she is a freaking top dog when it comes to fashion and all that. Why the fuck would she need Scott to tie her down? To show her the ways of life, to show her what else there is to explore in a what domesticated like landscape. Like I'm confused. What can Scott teach Ramona? And I know you're probably like, well, just because like Ramona's interesting, like Scott's not, means that she can't teach that he can't teach her something. Not necessarily what I'm saying. I'm saying it in the sense that Scott Pilgrim is like not developed. Like he literally at the end of the movie was his had it like literally at the end of the movie he like experienced his first time like talking to the man in the mirror. And it's like, I guess you can say like maybe Ramona hasn't talked to the man in the mirror, but Scott sure hasn't fucking either. So like what the hell can he like provide for her that can like show her the way? Like she needs to go to like a therapist and like maybe be single for a while. Like maybe that's what Ramona needs to do, not just try to be someone's freaking, I don't know, like I don't even know, like men like that just want to take women who are so like eccentric and full of life and then dumb them down to just being like these broken sad things that are just constantly looking for the day where they can sit down, put on a pair of heels, have your babies, and then put their hair in a freaking bun and let their natural color grow out. Like they're just waiting to domesticate these women, and that's why I feel like this movie just like shows like genuinely who the fuck like Flowers exists, and then who like Ramona Flowers exists and is looking for their Scott Pilgrim. Who white male intended audience, What do white males be wanting? What did they vote for this past election? What are they trying to take away from women actively right now? They want y'all to be they bitch. And that's what the fuck this movie is trying to entail for Ramona. They want Ramona to be Scott's bitch so goddamn bad. Why can't you just date some nice fucking guy? Why am I the first nice person you've ever been with, Ramona? Well, God fucking damn. Excuse her for going out. Why were you with the kids, God? Why were you with the kids, God? Huh? Huh? Let's ask some fucking questions. But no, we're supposed to be framed that Scott's little, like in little girls thing, is some freaking comedic relief. And then Ramona having just like issues is like her fault. Like, sorry that she dated a bunch of fucking guys. Sorry that she's flawed. Sorry that you're the quote. She if Scott's the nicest guy that Ramona's ever dated. Oh girl. Oh girl. Good thing y'all like 22, cuz I hope y'all never get married. Like that relationship is realistically going to be over with in like 2 years. Like let's be fucking real. Like let's be fucking real. Scott is pathetic. Scott has nothing to offer. Scott dates children. Scott just got kicked out by his roommate. What the fuck does Scott have? Are they still in high school? They're not in high school. No, because he's old. Like he's like my age. So like I don't even know what Scott's doing with his life. I guess he has a little band, but he gave up the band. Like he's not in the band no more. He wasn't going to the freaking band practices. That's my thing. Like Scott has no redeemable qualities. Scott is annoying. Scott throughout the movie is just like pissing people the fuck off. He puts himself first actively. Like actively is always like I have to do what's best for me. I have to do what's best for me. I have to do what's best for me. He freaking breaks up with the little girl, then he gets with Ramona right after. Like what? Like you just pick things up, put it down, pick things up, put it down, and don't think about how it affects those around you. You don't think you missing band practice is affecting your, I don't know, band. You don't think what you're doing with Knives, just dating her as it is gonna affect her socially and like in her mind as she gets older, but you don't care because it's all about Scott, right? You don't care about how you clinging onto Ramona after you just met. Like the thing is, like he also fell in love with her after not knowing shit of fucking about her. Like I also wrote that down here somewhere too. I can really get into it. I can really get into it, but like my notes are kind of irrelevant to like what I'm saying right now. But he basically didn't know anything about Ramona and then just went to her and being super like, I need to be with you and XYZ and da 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 da. You don't know anything about the girl. What happens when you find out more about her and you don't really like her in every aspect of her and you're gonna do what? Leave her? Are you gonna leave her, Scotty, when things get tough? Are you gonna leave her? You tried to freaking, you didn't want to do the little ex thing. You were getting mad at her when she had all those goddamn exes because you don't know anything about her when you got with her after you broke up with your little girlfriend, your little girl friend, little girl friend, to get with her. Now you know more about her. Now you're uncovering more of her lore. Now it's why can't you be? Why am I the nicest guy you ever been with? Why I gotta defeat your 9 evil exes? Maybe because you dropped your entire world just to do something after putting no consideration into it, and now that that is affecting you, you're willing to like get mad at the other person when it's like you could have just took baby steps. Like no one told you to rush into this thing at all, but you're just so tunnel vision. You're just so thinking about myself. I'm Scott Pilgrim. I'm like a fucking pilgrim, so I gotta fucking put me first. Like I don't fucking know. Like Scott Pilgrim, you make me fucking mad. It makes me so mad. It's the fact that there's so many Scott Pilgrims out there. This like they just go around seeing that they watch movies like freaking 500 Days of Summer. They watch fucking New Girl. They watch so many movies that tell them that they're so important, they're so needed in these women's lives. These women who have like perfectly great lives and like they're actually the ones bringing them down, but whatever the fuck. They see themselves as like, I can be your God, I can be your Jesus, I can be your savior, and I can come and I can just save your day. And it's like no one needs you to save the day. And it's like this movie just enforces that even more because genuinely, like, what is Scott doing for Ramona? What does Scott do for Ramona? Does he make her laugh? He's not that funny. I bet he's not that good in bed. Like he's not entertaining. He's not even in a band no more. Like Scott is just like a loser who doesn't do shit, who can't give shit to Ramona, but Ramona is like so magically in love with him. I don't know why. Propaganda. propaganda, and that's why you see all these cool ass fucking people walk around with their like ancient ass fucking boyfriends. And I don't mean like boring boyfriend, not like the little like brats meme and like the little flushed away rat meme. Like, no, y'all can just like look different like that. I don't mind, but like genuinely like boss ass bitches with like men who be digging up they butt like a scrub, like men who be asking them for like their fucking car keys and shit. Yeah, that's how that you create this dynamic. Okay, and I hate that. So Scott, wrap it up. Wrap it the fuck up. I knew someone. I'm not gonna give that much detail about it because I still have forced proximity with this person, so I can't. I'm not about to go on the internet and say shit about them because I still gotta be around them. But there's someone I know who I was talking to, who I was like, "Oh, you remind me of Scott Pilgrim," because they're kind of like awkward and shit. You know, I was like, "Oh, you remind me of Scott Pilgrim." And they were like, "Oh yeah, people have told me that. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Like, I see how we're kind of alike." And I was like, "Ha ha ha!" Like, I was just joking. Like, don't you ever compare yourself to Scott Pilgrim? Like, he likes little girls. Like, don't be that mean to yourself. Like, you're better than Scott Pilgrim, I'm sure. And then he was like, "No, like I can actually see it. Like, I feel like we are really similar." And I was like, "No, like Scott Pilgrim likes little girls. Like, what's the youngest you'll ever date?" You guys, he just looked at me like he gave me the you don't want to know look. He looked at me like you don't want to know. And you see how he sees himself in Scott Pilgrim? And what I will say is he's someone who is Scott Pilgrim's target audience. The white male gamer man thing. Like I said, I'm not gonna say too much because I gotta see them again. But you see the issue that I'm talking about. These people see themselves in Scott Pilgrim. They see themselves in Scotty Pilgrim because they genuinely believe they deserve some alternative bad bitch who they can domesticate. Trying to domesticate ya, but you're an animal. Baby's in your nature. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers. That man is not your maker. So I'ma take a good girl. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it, but you're a good girl. They're looking for that. They looking for that. They looking for that. And they looking for if they can't get that, then they'll take the freaking 16-year old unmonitored 16-year-old who can just walk around and be their perfect little Asian doll that they can just like treat like shit because like Asian women don't deserve respect in their minds. No woman deserve respect in their minds. Not saying about this person in particular, so please don't get mad at me. I'm just saying about the people who well this movie's like intended for. So listen, the shoe fits. The shoe fits for the person I was talking about, but hopefully they don't find this video. But you get what I'm saying? Like they don't treat any woman with respect. They don't see any woman as human, but they definitely don't see Asian women as human because Asian women can genuinely get beat the fuck on. Asian women like they feel like they are doing Asian women a service because they're letting this Asian woman touch their white pure blood. Okay, they genuinely see them as like beneath them compared to a white woman, and then they'll drop them. They'll drop their little Asian fantasy for the nearest white girl that don't want them. They'll drop them for the white girl that's like 10 times better than them because at the end of the day white is the best like and they minds white is the key, white is the best. They already weird, they're already on 4chan, they believe in all that supremacy shit. Like that's still the golden duck of their eyes. Okay, so they're gonna leave their fantasy for their actual reality, who they know they should settle down with, who mommy's gonna be happy with, who the gamer boys are gonna be like, hey, you got that X, Y, and Z, and then they're gonna live their happy lives with their broken damaged girlfriend that's better than them. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's I mean I've met too many people who really like Scott Pilgrim who are like that. And I'm not gonna stay in this movie for too much longer because there's not much else I can say other than Scott Pilgrim, you're a fucking loser, and so are all your other little fucking Scotty Pilgrim prototypes. I fucking hate you all. That's all I have to say for this video. Some nice things I will say about Scott Pilgrim, not as the person, as in the movie. The movie is really funny. I like the concept. It's one of those movies that, like I said, I told you guys at some point I'll get to like the second time I watched the movie. So the second time I watched the movie is what I feel like Scott Pilgrim best suits, and I feel like Scott Pilgrim the movie best suits a situation where you go to like a hotel and then you're scrolling through the channels and you're like, oh my god, there's nothing to watch, there's nothing to watch, there's nothing to watch. And then you see Scott Pilgrim and then you play it and you're like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever. It's for purposes of like, oh, I don't know what to watch on TV. I'm in like this new area. I just need someone that feels like home and I need something that seems familiar. But I don't have to pay attention to it that much because like I'm still like, in my new little area, aka a hotel. Then you watch Scott Pilgrim. Then that's when it's the best movie ever. But like sitting down and being like, I'm gonna watch this movie. Oh baby, no. Oh baby, no. So I'm gonna let you guys off the spaceship. Is there anything else I have to say to you guys? No. You guys can walk the plank, I guess. And I'll see you guys next Friday. Yeah. Bye. It's a freaking forks down. A freaking. Thank you, Big. Where's my Scott Pilgrim notes? Where's my Scott Pilgrim notes? Where's my Scott Pilgrim notes? Where's my Scott Pilgrim? Here they are. Okay. What's gonna be the intro today? Ba ba da